Let's go to Curtis Ellis in New York. Curtis, Executive Director, American Jobs Alliance. How you doing?
Oh, great. Great to be here, John.
Okay, I've got 7 minutes exactly. The floor, Curtis, all yours. Trump's economic speech yesterday in Detroit. What do you think?
I think it was an A+. This is a comprehensive plan. I'm sure you've been talking about it all morning.
Yes.
Tax reform, trade reform, regulatory reform, energy reform. I've been giving interviews all morning, people asking me what's the bullet that's really going to get this country going again, get this economy going again. And I say it's not a bullet, it's double barrel. If you want to look for the double barrel shot that's going to get this thing happening, you look at tax and trade reform. They are linked. You cut taxes on to do business in this country, and you crack down on the cheaters that are bringing in stuff from overseas. This line popped out. Listen to this line that Mr. Trump said yesterday. We punish companies for making products in America, but let them ship products into the U.S. tax-free if they move overseas. That is just backwards. And the plan that he laid out yesterday reverses it, so that you get benefits and you get incentives and you get rewards for making products in America. And if you try to cheat and go over to Red China so the communists can give you subsidies and give you money and pad your Swiss bank account for opening up a factory over there, you're not going to have such an easy time bringing it into this country and putting Americans out of work.
You know, the other thing he said, Curtis, is he addressed what's going on with the steel industry. And he said, we're going to bring steel back to the United States, and we're going to manufacture the best steel ever. And we're going to put skyscrapers up and other things and bridges made of U.S. steel. And he addressed the fact that China is dumping tons and tons of steel in the U.S. at subsidized prices, driving our steel industry under. Nobody's even talked about this.
No, and this has been, nobody talks about it. The Bay Bridge in San Francisco, they had to rebuild it after the earthquake there a few years ago. Chinese steel.
Right.
Chinese steel, they made a bid. They underbid the American producers. They bring in their engineers. They bring in their steel. It's subsidized. It's below market costs. It's ridiculous. And, you know, by the way, steel is the backbone of America. It's the backbone of every industrial economy. When Japan tried to rebuild, when Japan successfully rebuilt after Hiroshima, after World War II, they started with the steel industry. They knew they needed steel to build the ships that would carry the cars made out of steel to American shores. That's how they became an economic powerhouse from the ashes of the atomic bomb. It's steel, 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 and we've been letting our steel industry wither away and be destroyed by Korean and Chinese imports. That will stop.
Now, what did you think of his American energy policy?
Well, I think it's great. Look, we've got all these regulations and this nonsense hampering energy production in America. Used to be, John, you and I are old enough to remember when American energy independence was the touchstone, was the holy grail. Everybody wanted America to be energy independent, so we're not sending all our money to the Arabs who then turn around and hate us and launch terrorist strikes against us. Well, that's what Donald Trump is talking about. We have enough resources in this country to power our industries, power our cars, power our homes, heat our homes. We just have to take the shackles off. The globalists don't want that. The globalists say, no, keep buying oil from Saudi Arabia. Doesn't matter. It's okay. It's, one big happy world here. Well, it's not a happy world. And, by the way, natural gas in this country is less than half the price of what natural gas costs in Japan and in Asia. We have a cost advantage on natural gas, and we've got lots of it. We can use that to fire our industrial furnaces, to heat our homes, to give us and as an industrial feedstock to make plastics and pharmaceuticals and fertilizer. We can use that to compete against the foreign competition. We have a cost advantage, It's cheaper to fire a furnace in America than it is anywhere else on Earth because of our natural gas. We should be using that gas here to fire our furnaces, to fire our industry, not shipping it over to the Japanese so they can then make stuff to sell back to us and further bleed us dry of jobs and money.
You just nailed it. I mean, that is exactly what we need to do. I got 2 minutes, Curtis. Can Trump turn it around?
He certainly can. He did not let himself get distracted by the hecklers that were purposely put out there. Then you have this guy, this bald-headed clown who says he's going to run for president because he used to work on Capitol Hill as a staffer. They purposely did that yesterday to try to get Donald Trump off his game. He didn't take the bait. He didn't take the bait when these 50 insider Washington failures put out a letter saying Donald Trump's not this or that. He stayed on message. It's the economy. That's what's going to win this election, and Donald Trump knows it.
Why the hate? Why do so many people hate him?
Because he's not part of the insider club. It's like, hey, this is our sandbox. You're not allowed to play in it. And he is a direct threat to the globalists that want to diminish America, that want to weaken us, that want to submerge our country into some great big global kumbaya circle.
Third world cesspool.
It's third world cesspool. Look, I love the line where he said, "We are in competition in the world with the world, and I want America to win." Hillary Clinton, they never, and the rest of them, they don't want America to win. They say we should be submerged into the third world cesspool of a global economy. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump says we're in competition with the world and I want America to win. That's what all the other countries say. They believe that they are in a competition with America and they want to win. The spineless leaders that we've had for too long in this country don't recognize that. They think everybody wants a nice big global economy. No, they want to be king of the hill and they want to knock us down. It's about time we woke up and fought back.
All right. I want to thank Curtis Ellis, Executive Director of the American Jobs Alliance, founding sponsor of the John Fredericks Show. More information, stop these trade deals, go to obamatrade.com. Curtis, you're on fire today. Keep doing your interviews. This is the John Fredericks Radio Network. I'll be right back.